Hey everybody, I'm Natalie Kettler-Welsh and welcome back to another episode of the Up Your Brave live stream. So together, if you haven't seen the show before, we are really aiming to raise the state of resilience, health, and happiness, not just here in New Zealand, but on a global scale. And we need it a lot right now, right? Things are a bit crazy whenever you're watching this. I imagine, life has challenges, things, we never know where things are going to go. Well, today we're going to dive deep into the topic of wealth mindset. This is going to be exciting. I've got my three amazing guest experts that are joining me, and we're going to share some tips, some tools, some strategies that can help you hopefully have more of a wealth mindset, whatever that means to you. So let's bring in the guests. Yay, here they are. We've got Andy Baird from Amazing Business. Hey, Andy.
Hey, how you going?
We've got Donna Gamagami. Hey, Donna. Where's your dog going?
I just put in the corner in the sun.
Box her in the corner. And then we've got over all the way from sunny Tauranga, we've got Michelle Mortlock. Hey, Michelle.
Hello. Hi.
Awesome to see you here. Hey, thank you to those of you that are joining us on the live stream, whether you're watching the replay. Please let us know where you are geographically. Thank you for the comment on my hair. Yes, you might have noticed I'm showing up a little bit differently today. This is what I call walking the talk. For 2 years, every time I see a woman with red hair, I'm like, oh, So here I am. It's taken me a while, and here I am. Love it or hate it. This is it. All right, I'm gonna talk a little bit about how you show up. That's going to be one of my tips today. All right, so I'm going to go to my first guest, who is Andy. I'm going to read a little bit of backstory on Andy, and then Andy, I'll get you to elaborate slightly, and then take us to your first tip. So Andy and Kim, you guys are a duo. We've been business friends for many years. I would probably say 7 years or so. And it's been so awesome to watch your business, which has always been, in my view, very successful. So I'm excited to dive into some of your guys' tips today. So Andy Baird is a business coach, speaker, and best-selling international author who has been involved in business for over 20 years, taking him from his home in Auckland through to Australia, the US, including Wall Street in New York. Investing in multiple startups, with his most successful now trading over $500 million. He has a wealth of experience in starting and growing businesses. He's bought and sold and partnered using licensing to rapidly grow his business. Andrew discovered personal development in his teens and has trained extensively on what makes us tick and how we can change our behaviors to get the results we want. Oh my gosh, I'm excited about the success in that sense, but also you always strike me as such a happy person. And so, yeah, take us to a little bit more. Tell us a bit more about you and take us to tip number one.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I guess that happiness thing is something that I've always focused on. As you mentioned in the intro, I discovered personal development as a teen. I had a really good friend, Lance, and we just started reading books, which I guess is pretty geeky as teenagers. But yeah, reading books about the game and hypnosis and self-development and all that sort of stuff. And what I found when we first started business was I very much sort of went into business kind of going, oh, it's going to be the strategies, it's going to be the secrets. And obviously there are strategies and there are secrets and there are things that you need to know. But more often than not, it's what's going on in here that actually makes the big difference. And so when we started our first business, I can remember, I was sitting at a borrowed card table in our tiny little flat, trying to force myself to do what I needed to do, and kind of talking to myself, come on, you're mucking around, that sort of thing, because I was working from home. I'd been used to working in an office, and so I guess that was
cool now. It's cool now.
Yeah,
everyone's doing it.
Now it is, now everyone's working from home. So it was early leader in that work from home type thing. But yeah, that was where I first sort of kind of discovered that kind of inner game, which is what we normally call mindset in Amazing Business, is so crucial. But my first tip is kind of the flip side of that. So it's what goes on in here, but it's also the strategies and the other stuff that you put around there. And my first tip is fundamentals first. The fundamentals should be first anytime, but particularly when there's the amount of chaos that we have right now. If you don't have the fundamentals right, you can come completely a cropper. And actually, I have a funny story from, well, probably not so funny in some ways, but from 2008, the financial crisis, 2007, 2009, right before that happened, we were investing in stock options. And we, didn't really 100% know what we're doing. And as Warren Buffett likes to say, he says, never invest in something you don't understand. And so that was a mistake that we made in the GFC. We had hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in stock options. They were making lots of money before the crash, and then the crash happened, and we lost tens of thousands of dollars. And so I think getting the fundamentals right, and if you're investing in things, make sure you invest in something that you understand. Spend less than you earn. Really basic stuff. But if you don't get that basic stuff right, you don't want to be looking to take advantage of the opportunities that are out there. And so that's kind of my first tip.
Yeah, very good. I love it. And I love that you guys call it the inner game. That's the mindset.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's go to Donna. So Donna, again, you and Jeff, who I know is coming in right now. In a few weeks, Jeff's going to be a guest as well on the show. But you guys have been super successful as well in your journey. So I'm going to read a little bit about Donna. Donna is passionate about helping women to reach their full potential and become financially independent. She's built a successful leveraged 7-figure business and an 8-figure investment portfolio off the back of a global business community. Coming from a self-employed background, she's aware of all the challenges and the many hats that women today have to juggle, both personally and professionally. Donna provides a comprehensive and proven business platform for women who are looking for a solution and finding a way to become financially secure, especially during the next few years as we navigate the global downturn. Totally. All right, Donna, take us to a little bit more backstory and your first tip.
Yeah, well, thank you, Natalie, for having me on. It's a great honor. And I think it's great talking about this topic about money mindset or wealth mindset, because we talked about it the other day about, what topic should be. And I thought, a great one is about money, because right now we're told that money is dirty, and because of the coronavirus, right? Yes. And it's the very first thing you're told as a child about money. Money is dirty. Don't put it in your mouth. Kids naturally want to put things in their mouth. And so we start to get embedded with these money mind blocks, or money mindset or blocks about how we view money. And, I think this is a great topic to talk about. For myself, I've been on this journey in business, and as anyone goes through business, you're always learning, you're always developing yourself. And I have a bit of a passion about money mindset. So first of all, a bit about myself is that, like you said, very successful in business. I won't say how many years I've been in business, start showing my age. I help mainly women, but guys too. But I specialize women and helping them create their own online business. So think of it a bit like a online pharmacy platform. I have cutting edge beauty and skincare products down one side and supplements down the other. And in fact, 1 in 4 beauty devices, in-home beauty devices globally, is one of our products. So it's been huge. And at this time when we're going through this downturn, our business is actually growing. So it's a really exciting time. So as I've been helping women, I should say, I'm not just saying just women, we do help everybody.
It's okay.
But, and helping people build their own business, I've learned that you can have the most positive person, but they all can have different money blocks. You can have someone, because you all reach different plateaus, right? You all get to a certain level and then you plateau off. You've got people that could be earning the same amount of money every year, and there's just no change. Okay, there's a money block there. They've just plateaued. There's nothing helping them move forward. You've got people that might be going up year after year, and then they just balance out. So they've reached what they think is their limit, and they've again got to push themselves to the next level. And then you've got people that who are successful. They're going up, and they're doing really well, but then unknowingly they self-sabotage and everything just goes back and down because they've told themselves a story about they don't deserve it or whatever it is. And so you've got to recognize where you're at and work on those money blocks. So.
Definitely. And sometimes it's hard to see them in yourself. So you almost you do need a coach or someone to help you work through it. We've got Deb Hallam talking about, you're right, Donna, childhood beliefs are a biggie. So yeah, maybe go ahead and comment if you're watching, what is one of the childhood beliefs or the stories that you were told maybe about money? Of course, money is dirty is one of them. And you've got to work hard to be successful. That's another one. But go ahead and share if you've got some of those that you think you might have carried with you. Let us know. There's some common ones that crop up for sure. Awesome. Thank you for that. All right, let's go to Michelle. All right, so Michelle Mortlock, also known as the Midas Touch Mentor from Elevation Accountants as well. Michelle has worked with thousands of business owners from solopreneurs starting on their journey through to stock exchange listed corporates. Her 25 plus years in Chartered Accountancy field, together with practical experience in a number of businesses, has provided a strong foundation to focus on both the profitability of an organization or business, as well as the transformation of the organization's leader. I love that you're talking about the transformation. Michelle aims to inspire people to transform their relationship with money, to believe that anything is possible, regardless of the goals that they've set for themselves. Welcome, Michelle.
Hello.
So can you give us a bit more background and take us to your first tip?
Well, I think the biggest thing for most people is about that dirty money thing again. But actually, I think of it quite differently, as money is freedom. And freedom is a big motivator for a lot of people. And if you are earning the money you deserve, then you're going to get a lot more freedom. And this started way back when I was a teenager. My parents had a dairy, so I've been in, around businesses for a long time. And I went to the bank one day, because at that stage, you had lots of coins and notes to bank, and there was a pallet load of notes at the bank. And I always said, that's where you want to be. You want to be with the pallet load of money. So I think that's been a motivator from a very young age. So that's kind of where I've strived to be. So then I decided, let's go and study accounting, good career, good foundation. But then a few years ago, I realized it really wasn't how I could help people. It was about, as Andrew was talking about, the mindset. And, helping people create more wealth in their business and life is a lot about their mindset primarily, and the boundaries that we create. Again, how do we bounce off those, which kind of brings my first tip into play, which is most business owners get into overwhelm really quickly when they start to think about, well, how do we make more money? So I just literally make a plan with them. So let's cut down the big goals into a 90-day plan. So we're only working for the next 3 months. Create 3 sort of smaller goals and just work on them each week. And then every business owner seems to see that progression quite quickly. And so then once we've nailed those 3, and normally it doesn't even take 90 days, sometimes you nail them in a couple of weeks. Then when you set the next plan, your goals get bigger and bigger. And then eventually, the clients are achieving exactly what they want. More money, more freedom, and all the other motivators that they've got will come with that.
Nice. I love the way you've taken a money belief and you flipped it essentially. And yours is a positive money belief, which is money is freedom. We've got someone here commenting, we didn't have much money, so I was taught the value of money and not to spend unnecessarily. I still do that now. I spend money when I want, but I don't spend money I don't have or where I can get a better deal elsewhere, which is that sounds like it's a great way to be. And if it's serving you, it's great. Right? Some people have money beliefs. If they're working for you, awesome. But if they're not, then it's time to maybe look at it. Hey, if you are commenting from a group, thank you so much. StreamYard actually doesn't show your name. So you're welcome to comment with your name as well so that we can see who you are. Any other comments from Andy or Donna on the money is freedom or what money belief do you personally, what is your kind of money mantra that you guys might have?
Yeah, I think for me, money is freedom. That's freedom's a big motivator for me, exactly like Michelle said. Interestingly, and this is not a positive belief, but one of my money makeup from when I was a kid was spending equals success. And so you can imagine with a money belief like that, you make more money, but you spend more money. And that's probably part of the reason that I did that first tip of get the fundamentals right, because you only have to look at the big stars that might be making $30 or $40 million and they end up broke. And so it's that's why the fundamentals are so important, because you can't just, you can't earn your way out of spending more than you earn. It doesn't work.
Yeah. What about you, Donna? Any comments there?
Yeah, I liken money to energy. Money is energy, and it just flows, and it's got to spend as well as you can receive. And obviously, like Andrew says, you don't overspend, thinking that will come back to you. It might not necessarily work in the time frame that you're wanting it to.
Exactly. It can be dangerous. Someone's commenting that they were told that they will never make money. Interesting. And, have a think about how that's played out in your life when you've got someone giving you that message and telling you that. It takes a lot of work to shift that, but you definitely can. All right. So we're going to move on. I'm going to share with you guys one of my tips. And I shared this today I've got a group called Amplify Your Impact Business and Wellness. It's a free group that you guys are welcome to join. And every Monday I do a video or a post. And this week I did it on the theme, which is wealth mindset. And I gave them this challenge. I said, I want you to think of 5 people that you know or know of. So you don't have to know them personally. I want you to write down their names, but 5 people who you consider to be wealthy. I said, it doesn't have to be money. It might be that they are just they're just so energetic and amazing, or they're just like wealthy because their relationships are so rich or whatever. So I said, write down 5 names. And then beside those names with the why, like, why do you consider that person to be wealthy? Like, what is it about them? And the important part there is because whatever the words that you put beside those names are obviously things you care about. And then the next phase is for them to go and contact one of those people this week. Get in touch, just touch base, connect, get a little bit closer, to one of those people, either in person, level 1, or on a text or on a FaceTime or on a Zoom. So we'll see how people go with that task. But that is my first tip. It's really have a think about who in your life that you know or know of do you consider to be wealthy and why? And then go and spend a bit more time with at least one of them. There you go. All right, Andy, let's go to your second tip.
Awesome. So my second tip was, first it was fundamentals first and then opportunities second. So I think that's the thing, like as long as you're making sure that your fundamentals are sorted, then you can start to go, okay, what opportunities are out there? And that might sound kind of crazy because, lots of businesses right now are struggling and are having a difficult time. But interestingly, and we've seen this with our clients, is it's like we've got some clients who the lockdown, very much like Zoom, their business has just taken off. And so, people are changing the way that they're doing business, they're doing things differently, and so their business is growing. And so instead of the lockdown being like, it's shrinking our business, here's a real opportunity. Now, on the flip side, obviously, we've had other clients for whom that hasn't been the case, like the lockdown literally said, hey, no, you've got to close your doors. So we've had clients who have had to close their doors during the lockdown. But very cleverly, and obviously this was partially their ideas, partially us helping them, is they've been able to go, okay, great. What is it that I've had on the back burner? What is it that I've not had the time to do? And what can I now do because I have that extra time? And so that's the thing. If you're suddenly like, oh, I've got extra capacity, or I've got extra stock, or I've got whatever, here's an opportunity for you to use that and for you to do something with it. And in my intro, you mentioned partnering, and that can be a great one for a situation like this. There was a company, and this isn't one of our clients. This is just someone that we're aware of in the New Zealand market, and they import big container loads of products from China. And of course, as soon as the lockdown happened, they can't do that anymore. And so what they did was they partnered with other businesses to go, hey, can you deliver our stuff out to our clients? So basically they could use their email marketing list, someone else's products, so essential products, so food or meat or whatever, or alcohol, and deliver that to their client base. And so this is where, but to what Michelle was saying before, you've really got to have that open mindset of being like, okay, what other opportunities are there? How can I expand what's possible? And partnering and looking for different ways of thinking really have those opportunities.
Nice. Yeah. You don't have to go it alone. And sometimes, collaboration can definitely help everybody. All right. What about you, Donna? What's your second tip or insight?
Okay. So my first tip was thinking about how you're told about money when you're younger. And money doesn't grow on trees is another one. That's was really common. I'm sure we're all told that one. Second tip is now think about how you fed about money now as an adult. Actually, a girlfriend was just telling me the other day, her daughter was watching Disney Cinderella, and in the movie it said, don't say your dream out loud. If you share your dream, it won't come true. You know, we just fed all these things as we go through life. And for adults, I mean, I'm sure you've all seen Titanic, right? So in Titanic, you know, you see the rich people on the top of the boat living in luxury, and they're miserable and they're mean and they're lonely and all those sort of things. But who was having fun? There was the people down below in the bottom of the boat, the ones that didn't have money. Okay, and they had fun and there was energy there, and you so wanted to be in that party, right? So you're being told, you're being fed these little tidbits about
consciously, yeah,
if you're going to be rich, you're going to be lonely, or you could be mean, or you could be greedy, or you know. But if you really want to be happy and be with lots of people and have fun, then stay poor. Okay, and then like Star Wars. Are you a Star Wars or a Star Trek fan, Andrew?
I'm an Avengers fan.
Star Wars, you know, the Resistance. They are poor. They are being together as a family. They're trying to, you know, make good in the world. And yet the people with the power, you know, Darth Vader and all them, you know, they've got power and they're cold and they're. So you just fed these things very subtly in your mind. So my question to you is, what do you think of a wealthy person? If you close your eyes, envisioned a wealthy person, what do you see? Because, you know, I'm sure everyone watching this is in business or wanting to be in business, and they're wanting to be wealthy, whatever that looks like for you. Everybody's got their different goals of what wealthy looks like. And you can, you know, you might be visualizing, gosh, if I'm up there, you know, I'm going to have no friends, or, you know, all these little stories you're going to tell yourself, and yet you want to be there, but you don't really want to be there. And so you can see there's no connect. And so you've got to start looking at people that are wealthy, that you can resonate with, and so that you can retrain your brain that wealthy isn't bad. You know, you can do good in the world with money. And it's a really, you know, I mean, gosh, I can think of so many examples of people that have said things like, you know, if I'm wealthy, I'm going to be lonely. I'm going to die a rich but lonely woman. Or I'm going to lose my friends. Or, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a huge tax bill to pay, and that's going to really stress me out. And there's so many things that we tell ourselves. And yet you want that, but then you're telling yourself, no, I don't want that, because I don't want to be in that situation.
It's like this opposition. Exactly. Mine was always, you know, I do believe, you know, money is opportunity. So for me, it's not so much freedom, like that doesn't resonate for me, but for me, it's money is opportunity to change the world for good. Like that has always been my thing. And however, I guess one of my limiting beliefs, and I certainly don't have any of those, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, money is dirty. And none of those are relevant for me. But what is relevant is other people need it more than me. Right? So it's like other people need the money more than I do. And so, you know, we all have a limiting belief of some sort. So yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, Michelle, let's hear your second tip.
My second one's actually quite a simple little tip, is to just live in the now. So don't think about all the things that could happen. So as soon as you start projecting this could happen or that could happen, similar to what Donna was talking about, then you're going to become derailed from where you're trying to go. So always think about, you know, what do I need to do now to move forward? And the other one is, but to know where you're going. So a good example is about this time of the month, I always go, right, what money do I need next week to pay my 20th, to pay my PAYE? Do I have wages next week? And I actually put a number on it, because then I know that's the money that's going to hit in my bank account in the next 7 to 10 days. And what I find is, as you start being able to put those numbers towards your goals, it will happen. You know, the day before wages is due, there'll be enough money in the bank account. The day before the wages, the rest of the bills are due, it'll be there. So just by living in the now, knowing what numbers you need to achieve makes a big difference. And then also don't fear what could happen. So as soon as, you know, lockdown occurred, everyone feared, oh, we're going to have no money for the next 2 months. But a lot of people's businesses actually carried on. Yes, they had a little bit less income, but most of them have recovered really quickly. I've got a couple of clients who will struggle, a couple that have gone out of business, but most have sort of pivoted, changed, and lived for what they could do right now. So it's the same with Andrew, where we've gone and said, what can we do today to earn some money? And it's made a world of difference to them because they have been able to do something by going, what can I do today? So just not fearing what could happen.
Yeah, you raised such a good point about, not being in paralysis, because if we project and worry, we have to be aware. There's a difference. But of course, then you say living in the now, you can actually take action. You reminded me of a really good tip that my speaker coach actually taught me. She has a calendar, like a separate calendar. It's her money calendar. So it's not like I have a meeting on this day and I'm doing a workshop on that day. It's literally all money. And she puts all the money coming in, on the actual day, the $2,300 due today from my client, and how much money is going out. And she puts it all on the calendar, like a paper calendar. And she said that she knows it's her money calendar. So I hope that will help people if it's something that they can apply. It's quite a basic thing. So I'll share my second tip. My second tip is around how you show up. Okay, so you don't have to color your hair red, or Donna's got her curls, her wave happening today. You don't have to shift how you show up that drastically. But I do actually mean physically, in terms of what you're wearing and what you have around you. Okay, so I remember in my business, maybe 4 years ago, maybe five years ago, I was making fine money and everything was going good, but I did want to go to that next level. And so I talked to this woman who talked about personality types and the elements. And she said, you know what, you need to bring more metal into your business. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, just wearing, right? This is a necklace I wear all the time. Wearing metal, or maybe it's something like, this is my pen holder. This is my pen holder. It's metal. Or maybe it's a matter of, you probably saw my mug. It's got a little bit of gold on the top. And it's all my decor behind me. My plant has a swirly gold thing in it. So, putting in with intention, a little bit more metal into your life. I don't wear earrings because my ears don't like it, but, gold earrings or a bit of a bracelet with bling. These are all the things you can actually do. It actually shifts your energy. It shifts the way you show up. It sets your intention to just have, maybe clients that don't have to struggle to pay you. They can pay you, and just showing up differently. It's changing your brand, but it's also changing your energy. So that's my tip for people, is to really think about what you can shift in the way that you show up, because it will filter through with your languaging and your energy and your clients as well. Awesome. Any comments on that before we go to the final round?
Yeah, I think also it's thinking, something like, depending what you're if you've got a religion or you follow a certain thing, but I call it the universe. So when I'm receiving, I'm always thanking the universe, because you're letting the universe know that that's, you're thankful for what you're getting, and yes, please, I want more. If you're receiving and you don't acknowledge it, then the universe doesn't know that that's what you want and that's what you want more of. So, even if it's even if, I don't know, you make $20 today and someone gives you something, you make $20, just give a moment to yourself and say, wow, it's $20 that I've got. Acknowledge it. I think it's really powerful.
And not the opposite, not going, oh, only $20.
Yeah, right.
Nice. That's such a good point.
More than you had before. So everything coming in is good. And track it. You can even, track it, like you're saying, write down what you're getting every day, seeing what's coming in. Even if someone gives you a gift card for something, a birthday present, or just as a thank you, you get a gift card, put that value down in your income, because that is money coming to you. It comes in different ways.
Nice. Yeah. So for those of you that are watching, please go ahead and share some of your tips. You might have some things that you do, daily rituals. You talked a little bit about thanking the universe, but I know people also have daily rituals around their wealth mindset, things that they might do. I don't know, Andy, if you've got something that you do as a daily ritual to be abundant in different aspects of your life. But go ahead and comment with any tips that you guys have, any questions that are coming up for you, because my lovely guests we'll come back later. We can answer your questions later on if you're watching the replay. So definitely pop those in the comments. Anything else from you guys before we go to round number 3? Daily rituals. Okay, so round number 3, you guys, this is when I added the round, which is called What's Cool About You. I love this round so much because not only is it interesting because it tells us a little bit more about our guests, But I want you as the listeners today to think about what's cool about you. Like, what is actually something cool that you've done, something you've achieved, a little habit or a hack that you have, because that actually is a confidence raiser. When you start thinking about what's cool about you, it actually boosts your confidence. And that energy, again, is a different shift, and that can help with your wealth as well. All right. So Andy, are you ready? What's cool about you?
I am ready. Actually, I'm going to switch it up because I'm not going to. I had a couple that I could use. I'm not going to use either of them. I'm going to use a new one, and it's actually pulling in from things that both Donna and Michelle have said. So, I think one of the biggest keys is being able to change stories that you tell yourself, and that's definitely one of the I guess kind of one of the wealth strategies that I use. And it kind of comes back to what Michelle was saying about being present, being in the now. Like when you are, and you don't have to be present all the time, but you want to make sure that multiple times a day you're being present and you're kind of aware of how am I feeling, how am I behaving, who am I being, and what Donna mentioned was about stories. And this is the thing. And so if you're present, you'll sometimes notice, oh, these are the stories that I'm telling myself, and being able to change those stories is a big part of the inner game and going, right, I've got this mindset issue. How do I fix it? Well, it's about being present, recognizing when that story comes up. Maybe you don't speak up when you should speak up. Maybe you don't ask for something when you should ask for something. And I mean, you know, it's sort of related to that, sort of not. But the cool thing I wanted to mention was that when I was about 33, I learned to retie my shoes. Now that might sound really weird, and I love being weird. I love being unique and different. And the reason that I did it was because I had a friend who had learned how to tie his shoes differently. And the reason he did it was because when you tie, you know, like a classic, you know, the thing, and then you do the two loops, there's two ways that you can do that. And one of the ways that you do it, it will pretty much always come undone, and which is why you have to do the second, you know, like the double knot, right? If you tie it the correct way, you don't need the second knot. So you can just tie it with the bows. You don't need to do a double knot. And then when you come to undo it, you can just pull it undone.
Ninja bow.
A ninja bow, exactly. I think it's got a special name, but I'd have to ask Evan. I can't remember what the name is. Anyway, so Evan taught me at 33 how to tie the ninja bow. And yeah, it took a couple of weeks. It was a couple of weeks of where it was a bit weird. And it's the same thing with changing a story, or, you know, practicing being present, being in the now. It's a bit weird at first, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And now I just tie all my shoes that way, and it's easy. And if you struggle with being present and being in the now, one of the really good tips, and this is from one of our mentors, Robin Banks and John Kehoe, just set an alarm on your phone. You know, so just have an alarm that goes off once or twice a day that just, you know, gets you to stop and just go, right, you know, how am I feeling? Who am I being? What's going on? And sometimes you'll be really happy with what happens when that alarm goes off, and sometimes you'll be like, oh, but hey, that's the opportunity to change.
Very cool. Hey, so the next part for you, Andy, is what's coming up for you in your business, and how can we find you online?
So what's coming up for us? We're starting to do a lot more live trainings. So we've been taking a bit of a back seat from the live trainings, just working with current clients. But yeah, we're ramping that up again. So if you want to go to our Facebook page, it's under Amazing Business. We can go to amazingbusiness.com. And yeah, we'll start having the trainings up on there. We've got a webinar training.
I was going to say, do you mean live online?
Yeah, live online.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got a webinar training coming up that we're running in the next couple of weeks on how to, you know, do Zooms or webinars or that sort of thing. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up. Awesome,
great, thank you. And you guys are on Instagram, right, as well?
We are on Instagram. I don't think we do much on our business page on Instagram. So we do some stuff on LinkedIn on our business page, LinkedIn personal, Instagram. Yeah, I mean, I post a bunch of climbing shots there, but that's where you see one of my rock climbing. I was to say, that's where you see one of my cool habits. Yeah, you'll see a climbing shots.
Awesome. All right, thank you. We'll go to Donna. Donna, what's cool about you? What's coming up, and how can we find you online?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say, Andrew, I'm now going to go on YouTube and find out if I do the correct way of doing my shoelaces.
I don't. I have to do the double.
It's so good. Like, seriously, it saves you so much time.
Good to know. All right, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit to something completely different. Because, you know, when you ask that question, I don't know about everybody else, but I go, oh, I'm not cool. There's nothing I've got to share. And then I take a split second and I go, hang on a second, I've got lots I can share.
Yes.
And I mean, we've always got that going on, right? But you can just switch it off, that little voice in your head, and go, hang on a second, enough, cancel, move on. So totally different. What's cool about me, and it's something that's been happening in our business for a little while now, and it's just really ramped up, which is really exciting, is that, and I'm really proud of it, is that myself and my team and our affiliates, in the last couple of years, we've fed over 1 million meals to malnourished children. And in this last month, we've fed, just for the month alone, we've fed 70,000 meals to malnourished kids. And so that gives me goosebumps. I think it's pretty cool. And, you know, just from me on myself, on my own, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But having such a great community and culture that we've created in our business, that is pretty cool. So really proud of them all. I'm really proud of that achievement. Yeah, and onwards and upwards.
And for those people that are watching as well, it's interesting what Donna said. Like when I said, what's cool about you? And your first reaction is, oh, I don't know, you know. So go ahead and let us know in a comment, what is cool about you? Because everyone has multiple things. So this is part of, you know, stepping up and owning it. It's part of your wealth mindset, is to acknowledge the cool stuff about you. So go ahead and do that in a comment as well. You know, I've had a few guests, and when I say what's cool about you, they go, what's not cool about me? I've had a few people say that. So it's the opposite.
Ones at school, right? I mean, because I was definitely not a cool kid at school.
Everyone's cool.
Who was?
You know what? I think this is my phrase, and Andy, you'll love this. Quirky is the new cool. Quirky is the new cool. Not everyone got the memo, however. All right. Donna, what's coming up for you in your business, and how can we find you?
Oh, well, lots of exciting things happening. You know, as we went into lockdown here in New Zealand, it was a case of, for us, it was like, okay, everything's pretty much the same because we work from home anyway, have done for a long time. But all of a sudden our phone started ringing and people were getting in contact with us, and we're just being full on, which has been great, and it's exciting because we're in a position that we can help others. So, you know, so for us coming, you know, in the future, obviously with what's going on in the world, look, we're going to hit a recession. We all know that. It's, you know, and people are going to have to, you know, in some ways people are going to have to step up or look at different ways of how they can get through it. And sure, people, you know, there'll be people there that will just survive. They'll just get through. But these people who don't want to, are sick of being just surviving. They really want to thrive. And, you know, so, you know, we help people who are looking for a plan B, you know, a side hustle, a way of getting extra money coming in, or people who are looking for a plan A, you know, whether they lost their job or they just want to get out of their job. You know, for that freedom, like Michelle was talking about, having that freedom to do things. So that's what we're going to keep doing. That it's something that I love. I'm really passionate about it. You know, I want to normalize wealth and success for women.
Yes,
that's my mission in life. And so yeah, that's what I'm up to. And if people want to get a hold of me, you know what? The easiest thing is you can see my name. Where am I? My name here.
Yeah, that's it.
I gotta get it right. It's opposite. And it's not the easiest name. Blame my husband for that. No. So Donna Gamagami. So just Facebook message me. I'm not going to hide behind a website. Just message me. Have a chat. You know, I'm pretty easy, friendly, going. I think I'm scary. Have a chat, and you know, there might be something there for you. It might not be. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. You know, what's interesting is all three of you, and myself included, you know, I think we got more busy, right? Because what people want is, so you're health and wellness, you know, beauty, and I'm health, but I'm also visibility and online visibility. Andy's coaching. People were like, oh my God, how do I pivot? And Michelle's like accounting and finances. Like all of us suddenly got busy. Yeah. You know, whereas other people, you know, they didn't have that experience. But I feel like for all of us and many others, it is our time to shine. Like it is our time to step up and help people more than we ever have before. So, you know, so I think we're doing that. And hopefully today we are doing that with some insights, some tips, even just to get the ball rolling for people. Okay, Michelle, what is cool about you?
A couple of things. You know, you always think of the accountant has to sit inside during the week in the office. So I I do that, so then I get the freedom at the weekends. I still play indoor netball. I've played at a national level, so I'm pretty much masters at that. So that's a good stress relief. And then the other thing I do is a lot of exploring, travel. Been to over 50 countries, still much more to see. But of course, around our local backyard is lots of travel at the moment. So that's really the fun part is going and exploring and doing different things, getting lost. Just enjoying New Zealand at the moment, which is good.
Yeah.
And overseas again once we can get back over there. Yeah.
And being present. Awesome. What's coming up for you and how can we find you online?
So probably the best place to find me is Facebook pages, Midas Touch Mentor, or Elevation Chartered Accountants. And the biggest thing coming up is group coaching sessions, which are a bit more affordable, particularly with people who've got sort of less cash flow at the moment. Obviously, one-on-one mentoring is going to give you most traction, but even being in a group, some people are more motivated to get their tasks done when they've got accountability to a group. So we've got a new group coming up in the next couple of months.
Amazing. And I love that you focus on, like you said, not just the numbers. Yes, have a plan, but also the transformation and the mindset side of things. So that's so good.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Somebody's saying, Michelle, it's so I didn't know that you did netball. What a cool thing to know about you. Yeah, that's very cool. All right. Excellent. Thank you so much, you guys, for sharing your knowledge here today. I'm going to let you guys know what's coming up for the rest of you that are watching. Every week, we do a Tuesday, 11 o'clock New Zealand time live stream. And coming up next week, we've got confidence and happiness is our topic. The week after that, we're looking at sharing your story, followed by growing your business and many more topics. So definitely stay tuned. If you guys want to watch the replays, you can do that at nataliecutlerwelsh.com/video series. And I am adding something extra coming up soon that people can, a little add-on if they want a little bit more, that they can purchase at a very small price, a worksheet and a download, like a checklist. So people can basically take the knowledge and then sit down and apply it, which is to their life, to their business. And so that together we can make some big changes. Awesome. Deb is saying, I highly recommend Michelle's mentoring. Oh, that's nice. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys.
Yay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. And until next time, remember to up your brave, say what you want, and make it happen. See you.